What I'm going to do is start with my 0.7. And before we begin, I'm using my phone, and sometimes my phone blurs out what I'm working on. So if that happens, I apologize. So the first question I want to ask myself is the doodle here, is it going to encompass the circle as a whole, or do I yeah, okay. What I'll do is and if your line skips like this, don't worry. By the time we are done, everything will come together. Okay. So is this done? No. But I want to. Okay, that's dry enough. And see. And I tend to move the paper around, so hopefully you're not getting too dizzy. And what I'm basically doing is allowing myself to use some of my favorite patterns to populate the circles. Again, if you make a mistake, don't worry. And let's see. Carry it a bit around here. Okay, so let's see. Now this was with the 07. I'm going to retire. Well, no, not yet. I'm going to pretty much make an inside arch. and do it over here as well. Because I want to round it out a little bit and add in some black. So, but black in here. And in order to make this video a little shorter, I will do some speed through on some of this. So if you haven't guessed it, I like to round up the ports, that points that come together. To me, it's really relaxing. You might be wondering if I will go from one section to the other quickly, because I know exactly what I'm going to do next, but I don't. I have no idea. So give yourself a chance to look at the doodle and fill in the gaps that you think are there. Because basically what you're doing is exploring and experimenting. Because as I was doing this initially, I didn't know that I would be rounding out up here. And I'm thinking, well, is this different than this? And I decided that yes, it is different. So I'm going to break And this again is a smaller one. It's the 0.5. And it's a bit thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. Go with the flow. Kind of reminds me of a wrought iron fence. Remember when you put down ink on a surface that is dry, that has been incorporated with a wet medium, even if it's totally dry, the ink will lay down a little thicker. So keep that in mind when you ink in. Okay. So that's done. Well, so far. Let's go with a number 3. My 0.3. That's good. So it's a bit thinner than the 0.5, but you should still be able to see it on the video. When I edit it. I am going to do some detail for the leaves or the petals. So I'm going to flip and rotate it so the flicks radiate outside in a natural way. Okay, a little circle. I like to include a combination of organic and architectural elements when I doodle, because one is soft and the other is more harsh, I guess. And I like to also do triangles, circles, and squares. because I think they're like universal symbols. Now you can call it quits with this, but I want to include a bit more detail. Another thing that I like to do is have a background in some of my doodles. And then problem with me is I don't know when to stop. So I'm going to do a little bit of preliminary stuff here with my pencil. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I hope you're okay with this. Okay, so let's see. A column there, and a column here, or just lines. Let's go in with my number 3 again, because the 0.5 I think would be too stark. And you can forego this step. I'm just giving you some ideas. And I like mountains, but basically it's lines. I'm going to give it a rest to let it dry, and I'll be back. I think it's dry enough, but even if it's not, remember, we can always fix it up. Now, as I was waiting for the ink to dry, I came up with a couple of things that I want to include. Mainly, I want to accent the background and bring it out more. So I'm going to use my Caran dash again. Okay, let's go with an orange. And again, I'm not really applying much there. Now, the design here was from an earlier video, and I had downloaded a printable version of the background and shape, where you can doodle yourself. So you can go to my page on Buy Me a Coffee and download it for yourself. I would say suggest, if you download it, to reduce the size of it, because it's a full page. That way it's more manageable. And we want a little bit of color in the hills, so going in at the base of the hills, because remember, the top of the hill will be brighter or lighter because the light source is stronger than the shadow, which I'm doing now, because the sun is like coming this way, so the ridges will be more in sunlight than the valley. And another thing to think about is, the closer something is to you, you have more detail, as opposed to more subdued in the background. And of course, I'm going to let this dry before I go back in. And since this section down here is the focal point, I wanted to even out the weight of the piece. So I'm going to and let's see, the gaps with this line here, I'm going to go with my number 0.5, no, 0.3, and okay, there. And I want to include a bit over there. Okay. So what do you think? Not bad. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great day. Bye.